final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Oh, so talk about this toy. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Toy Gains. You can call me Angelo. The guy with the face. I have a face, like most people. Call me AC. Call me whatever you want. Today we're going to talk Mcfarlane toys and where they're at today. I'm going to go briefly into how we got to where we're at Mcfarlane toys. You know, Mcfarlane, I've been collecting toys now. I am 42 years old. Holy crap. Time flies, kids. Stay in school. Don't do drugs, all that crap. And you could be like me, a bustling entrepreneur. But anyway, I've been collecting toys my whole life. The first time I heard the term adult collector with toys, you know, it wasn't with sex toys. It was with Mcfarlane toys and the Spawn line. Everyone and anybody had the Spawn toys. The first ones that came with like a little comic, and people that didn't even care about comic books collected Spawn figures because they really were tailored for adults. They didn't look like anything before it. They were a little darker, and everyone had them. I mean, I still collected, but I was wrapped up in it. I had the whole line, and it kind of lost its way. It kind of got oversaturated, and they just were mass produced. And there wasn't just one Spawn. There was about 100 Spawns. There was Commando Spawn and Dark Spawn and Spawn Unmasked and Spawn. It's too many variants. And once you just make too much of the same thing, you oversaturate your own market. Mcfarlane then went off into, you know, this sports line that I have here, which are beautiful. But it was almost like Mcfarlane Toys lost its way. And instead of making toys or action figures, he kind of made these statues. And it would have been awesome if these guys were posable. And he branched off into getting big movie licenses like Austin Powers, but these also weren't really like toys. They were cool and people collected them, and I did, but you couldn't really pose them. So when toy companies like Mezco and NECA came about, people wanted toys you can move. People want toys that are articulated. And Mcfarlane just didn't cave. He kept doing his own thing, and he kind of lost his way. Mcfarlane tends to get wrapped up into, he gets obsessed with one particular thing. Like it was the past few years, it was the Walking Dead line. And while they were nice, if you didn't like the Walking Dead, you didn't really want this series, these figures, and that's all he really made. But last year, he brought out something called these color tops, and it was Spawn again. And the thing with it was, once again, wasn't really articulated. And this is another color top figure. This is JD Phoenix rather, from the Gears of War series. Nice looking piece. Also though, like a statue, doesn't really move. Then out of nowhere, I'll put these to the side. In fact, give me a second. With the magic of editing, all this other old shit is going to be off the table. As the popularity of The Walking Dead wanes, Mcfarlane's going to have to make other stuff. And boy has he. Last year he introduced the first wave of the Stranger Things, the popular Netflix series, action figures. And a lot of people thought, hey, is that Mezco? Is that NECA? But no, this is Mcfarlane. Now, it's one thing to have a catchy card that shows the show well and really is eye-catching and you want to buy the figure. In fact, I bought 2 of the 11 so I can have one in package because it's so nice. But that's one thing to have a figure that looks good in the package. A lot of collectors take their toys out. And what do they want to do when they take their toys out? They want to pose them. So not only does it look great in the package, do we have a good sculpt, good mold, a good likeness of each character, these guys move. Something that Mcfarlane is just not known for. You have the 11 figure, the knees bend, you got some movement, tilts. You know, you can pose this figure how you want. And that's the thing that has always been missing. The paint looks good on these figures. It has a nice, soft color palette, nice, realistic color palette. So, okay, I bought the Stranger Things. I was like, it's heading in the right direction, but where do we go next? So I was in a local comic book shop called the Underground Beacon. I'll have some info for you. Nice shop, nice people, and I saw this beautiful Kirk. I know Diamond Select has made a nice Kirk figure. Back in the day, Canada Toys made the little ones. But this might be the best Kirk I've ever seen. And guess what? I mean, I don't know why you'd want to pose a figure that way. That's one thing with, like, Captain Kirk wasn't really known for, like, being Jean-Claude Van Damme. Van Damme wasn't known for that, but he could do it. I've seen people see pics of this and say, yeah, but it's Mcfarlane. You know, I'd rather have the Mezco, spend easy, you know, Mezco made a $80 figure, probably a little smaller than this. This guy looks better, and he's 20 bucks, and he does move. There is articulation there. So if you see pics of this guy, don't just say, ah, there's no articulation, it's Mcfarlane. Everything moves the way you would want it. I mean, granted, it is Captain Kirk. I mean, I know the guy got into a bunch of fights with weird aliens on different planets. But any pose you want to get him into, he could pretty much do. And that's something, like I said, was lacking. Maybe Mcfarlane has finally got the memo. I mean, this is a beautiful little Kirk. He comes with, you know, of course, the phaser, the communicator. But he also comes with the gun that was used in the pilot episode. This is pretty much the first phaser used by Kirk, which is neat, and it's a good fan service. Comes in a nice stand that has the Star Trek logo and says Star Trek on it. Comes another hand that holds the phaser a little better. One thing that's encouraging, this is last year's Hopper figure, and something that most fans, myself included, did not like is this joint. You can see the articulation where the leg will kick out if you want to get that Van Damme kick going. I mean, it is, the more articulation the better, but if it causes the figure, the mold to have a look that's not pleasing to the eyes, you don't want it. So quickly with this year's Kirk, you see that is gone, and they sculpted over it, you know, and it still has that kick out, but they were smart enough, the sculptors, to, you know, go over that ball joint. I don't know why that would happen. I don't know if it was an oversight, but it looks like it's going to be gone from here on out, or hopefully anyway. And that's what gives Kirk that nice sleek look, that nice perfect look. All that articulation is hidden. There is quite a bit of articulation in this Kirk, and it is hidden nicely. And you want that in your figure. Makes it look streamlined, makes it look sleek, makes it look you know, like an expensive piece, and this is just a $20 figure. So is Mcfarlane back? I mean, I can't predict the future, but from the Stranger Things line to this Kirk and Star Trek series, I believe he has Picard and Spock coming out, and the new captain from the new series. I'm not familiar with that series. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. So the future looks bright. If Mcfarlane keeps this up, if you're a collector, I'd say it's a gain, and I'd say keep your eye out for Mcfarlane toys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna beam out of here. Can we do that? Do we have the production to do that? Do we?
Sure.
See you guys later.